AfterBuzzers, this is SNL's After Show. This episode was hosted by Peter Dinklage with musical guest Gwen Stefani. We're going to be talking about those two people and more, so stay tuned.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AfterBuzz TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
B-A-N-A-N-A-S, this shit is bananas. B-A-N-A-N-A-S.
Live from North Hollywood, it's AfterBuzz TV's SNL. I'm just working on my Dom Pardo.
It's really good.
Thanks. Hey everybody, I'm your host, Kelly McInerney. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at HollyWeirdo, and I'm with these two weirdos. Not really.
That's appropriate.
What?
No, it was appropriate.
That's very accurate.
It's been a very silly night with so many giggles.
Buckle up, guys. My name's Amy Maestri. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Amy Maestri.
And I'm Katie Wilbert, and you can follow me on all the things on the line. On online. I'm not like 80, but I might be. At Katie Wilbert.
Woohoo!
Internets.
You guys remember? When Gwen Stefani was good? Man,
What a way to start an episode.
when her face looked normal.
Oh, I think she looks
she's
great.
so pretty.
Did you see her
Does she?
abdominal muscles? Because I was
feel
like,
yeah.
oh shit, I ain't got those, but I should. I have no excuse. I haven't
works
had
it.
babies. I'm not in my upper 30s, early 40s.
I think she's 40.
Yeah, I want to say she's like maybe young 40s,
I think
but she's
she's
rocking
banging.
it for 40.
But
Banging.
she's def got the Botox
You
lips.
think?
Oh yeah, man.
I say
Something
good
in
for
the
her
lips
if she
maybe,
has.
but yeah.
You know, each to his own. I'm
Whatever.
pro women doing what they want to do. You do you, boo boo, as they say. You do you.
That's what Katie says all the time.
I say it often.
You know who did it? Who did them? Boo boo.
Tell me.
Peter Dinklage.
Hey! That's where you were going with it.
Woohoo! He hosted tonight. He's from Game of Thrones, and what I know him from, Elf.
Elf.
Yeah.
Yes.
What did you guys think overall?
Weird.
Such a weird episode.
Real odd.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
100%.
Yes.
Fun. I giggled, but I
Yeah.
was like, this is just real out there.
It just, every sketch, you would just go like, what?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
And it got increasingly weird. I mean, like, speaking of like escalation in a sketch, escalation throughout the night, I think it just continued to get weirder somehow.
The buttons were weird. Like at one point,
Yeah.
the button was a corn dog in the ass, like potentially.
Yeah.
That's where, if you haven't seen the episode, that's where it went at one point.
So you have to
So,
look forward to a corn dog in the ass.
It went brown.
Yeah.
Almost brown.
hey,
Do you work blue? No, I work brown.
comedy jokes.
The cold open, another political sketch. It was At This Hour with Berman and Bolden. Woman defender for Donald Trump. It had some funny moments. I liked her quoting Missy Elliott,
Yes.
trying to like avoid everything.
Your feminine Virginia. What is your interpretation of that? Because everyone says it different.
I want to say it's your Martin.
It's your feminine
I think that's what it
man.
is.
Okay.
That's what I do.
Yeah.
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 I think we're all correct.
It's all just gibberish, right?
Maybe not. Maybe she's saying something.
If you play
I
it
think
backwards
she's-
on a record, is it like, I'm stealing your soul?
I'm Satan.
They killed Paul.
Children should buy condoms. Don't believe in abstinence.
The ending of Lost is gonna blow.
Pink is the new black.
Sorry, Kelly.
But no, it's okay. What were your guys' thoughts about the cold open? Was it too cold for you?
Ooh.
I personally loved it because I've been watching far too much CNN lately, and this woman, Scotty, Cecily nailed it because she is legit crazy pants, because she will just go on there and defend Donald Trump to the ends of the earth. And I think it's been really interesting that over the past few weeks, I think it's been getting harder for Donald Trump supporters to find ways to defend him, because there's been so much
In a way that's like rational.
yeah, so there's been so much more like definitive, like where people are like, but he said this and then did this, or he did this and that, you know, and it's becoming so much harder for them to defend him. So I think this was a really good time to do this. And I think Cecily's interpretation of this batshit crazy lady, who, again, I don't understand how females or minorities or can fully support someone like Trump. And so I think it was a really smart commentary at a good time. I think the execution of it was really good. And I just think that narrative of like, we're running out of ways to defend him, but like, and she even said at one point, she's like, no, I'm gonna do it though, I'm gonna get it. Like, she was like in it, like, it doesn't matter what you say, I'm gonna defend him.
Yeah,
exactly.
So I liked it.
I agree.
You're right with everything you just said.
Correct.
Well, I mean, I know, but thank you.
You're so good at everything.
Thank you.
I thought that Cecily's impression was amazing. I liked some of her lines of, I'm crazy and crazy don't break, you can't break me. And her last line before the Saturday Night Live fire call of, he's bringing trade back so we can make American grapes again. I feel like I've heard this joke before or something similar about grapes or something on Weekend Update, but I still just love it. It might not have been exactly this, but it was something close.
It's just like a fun word play on it, like to show.
And I loved it. It's just silly and crazy. And I thought, as usual, even Kate's small motions, every time she came back, like her hands were here or like up here. She's just always doing something physically interesting to where you're supposed to be watching someone else, but you're kind of watching her because her face is doing something just like
disappears into, even if it's like not a big character, she just
it's amazing.
It's hard to not watch her. That's a good point. That it's just like
you have to try.
You
have to be like, I will not watch Kate, I'll watch the other actor. I'm watching Kate.
That's what the cutaways are for, away from Kate.
Just take it off Kate for a second. We have to give the other actors time.
The monologue, pretty interesting. George R.R. Martin, played by Bobby Moynihan in the audience. I mean, I pretty much saw it coming, more Game of Thrones stuff. I don't really watch Game of Thrones. I don't watch it. Just because people say I look like somebody on that show, so I'm like, I'm not watching it.
Whoa.
I know who you're talking about. She played Cassie in the Skins UK version,
Oh my gosh.
Before they ruined it in America.
So that's why I'll never watch that show, even though I love Lord of the Rings.
Fair enough.
I love Lord of the Rings too.
So good.
Usually every year I have a Lord of the Rings marathon, and I haven't had my 2016
let me know.
one yet.
Ooh.
Let me know.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
LOTR plus wine.
Woo! Yeah.
Okay.
Lord of the Wines.
I'm not ashamed, Amy. You can't give me shame. I won't take it.
But my favorite parts in the monologue actually weren't about Peter Dinklage. Like, I loved the Beck cutaway. Just him just dipping. Cheese on my chips. Cheese on my chip. And that dragon outfit looked super comfy.
It did. I would easily sleep in it or use it as a sleeping bag at a sleepover.
Agreed.
What did you guys think of? Are you guys Game of Thrones fans?
I am.
Yes. Okay, cool.
So I enjoyed this because I enjoy him, but I thought that the monologue was incredibly short. Like, nothing happened in it. It was like, here's a costume, here's Beck Bennett, here's George R.R. Martin, like, doing silly giggles and saying, take off your top, and that's it. Like, I don't know, I feel like they're usually much longer.
Yeah, I think there were some strong beats within it, but overall I thought it was a pretty weak monologue. There just weren't a ton of jokes. Like, it didn't really seem to flow that great. I liked Vanessa coming out and just offering to take off her top for no reason and saying screen time is screen time. But so I think that's there were some funny beats in it, but I don't know, I just think that they could have tried to do something more with it. Or
do you watch Game of Thrones?
I do.
Did you like Kate as Daenerys?
Yes.
She really make her
pulls
look
it off.
like her?
Yeah, she looks a lot like her in costume. I was a fan
I really
of that.
enjoyed.
Yeah.
I felt like, even though I don't watch Game of Thrones, I still thought, oh, Peter Dinklage, he's gonna do well because like, you could tell he has a sense of humor and stuff, you know. I've seen him in other things, but I just felt he's kind of weak in the monologue. It's not his fault, the writing.
No, it just kind of wasn't
but
full of fun.
Yeah.
It was like, here's a couple things, but it's not like a punch in the face like some of them can be.
Yeah.
I still have that Melissa McCarthy intro, the 5. She was born to host 5 times. I don't know why. It's not like a particularly good song, but I still have it stuck in my head. Yeah.
That's a really good point, though. I feel like this season overall, the monologues have been very hit or miss. I think there's been very few that I've been kind of like, yeah, it was okay. I think they've all, like, so many this year have either just, like, blown my mind. Like the Melissa McCarthy one, Elizabeth Banks doing literally everything.
Star transitions.
And then there's been ones like this that you're just like, ugh, this really came up short.
Yeah.
I think Matthew McConaughey's did, too. Like, there was a lot that I'm just like,
why?
oh, like,
Amy Schumer's I didn't like that much.
Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of...
But you also remember the bad ones, too.
That's true.
Kinda.
Yeah.
Like the real bad ones.
It's like our brains work like Yelp reviews.
Yep.
Like, you only say something if you hated it.
That's so true.
Yeah. You know what was pretty good, though?
Tell me.
I think the Winnie the Pooh sketch. What did you guys think of it?
I thought. Did you see what my face did before I even spoke? It's hard to say anything positive when your face goes shudder. No, I thought it was really strange. It's not that I didn't enjoy it. It was silly. I really enjoyed Jay Farrow, but I was overall silent and confused, and I don't know, like the other actors were so silent and it was just uncomfortable. Like, I think meant to be awkward and sort of strange, because when you really observe the world of Winnie the Pooh, it's like pretty off. It's like pretty bizarre.
Yeah.
And the heffalumps and stuff, it's just like real weird, like drugs. So on that end, I get it, but I think I just felt like, oh, this is very wackadoo.
Yeah. I would love to have been in like the pitch room when they're just like, let's dress up the little person like Winnie the Pooh, because that was my first
Yes, that
reaction.
was also my reaction too.
That was my first reaction.
Piglet,
is, oh my god!
You know, first of all, he could have been Piglet.
That's true. Yeah, it could have been. Yeah, that was my first reaction. I think it was just like, oh my god, Peter Dinklage is Winnie the Pooh right now. I think it was just. I don't know that I can totally put my finger on it, because it was a very clear game. I like that right away. You're like, okay, like it's established well, and I think the execution of it was very good. Right, Taryn being like this weird, creepy little Christopher Robin and Jay, and so I think the execution of it was all really good. But yeah, it's a weird idea. So I think that in itself ended up kind of playing out and working within it. It wasn't my favorite, but I think it grew on me over time too. Like throughout the sketch, I started to like it more and more.
Right. I they've done sketches with like Aladdin.
I remember that.
I like kind of throwing like these Disney themes into reality. Like, hey, like put some pants on. You know, that's weird.
That joke I really enjoyed. I felt like that joke was strong. I think it was just the rest of the cast totally creeped me out.
Yeah. Well, it made me laugh too, the no pants joke, just because I kept thinking about Taryn in Do It in My Twin Bed, when they have the line when Jimmy Fallon sings it of no pants like Winnie the Pooh, and they cut to Taryn just wearing a red shirt and then like blurred out. And I was like, perfect, because he's creepy Christopher Robin right now, and all I can think of is him not wearing pants.
He plays creepy very well.
He does.
He does a lot of things.
He does.
That's true. He's very versatile.
Yeah.
That's what I like too with this one, because Jay Farrow, you don't see him do much. He always does impressions or attention teachers and students.
Yeah.
That's it. So I kind of like that he kind of was basically the lead-ish in this one. Yeah. And he owned it. I mean, he it wasn't a stretch, I feel like, but I think I liked him playing like a cool, I don't know. So I thought it was pretty funny.
I would like to see him do that more.
Yeah.
Put him as like the normal guy in more situations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me too. Also, I thought this was one of the less weird. I mean, it was weird, but like
it got weirder.
You like knew it was weird. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
But then Naked and Afraid, Celebrity Edition. Once you think like you're sick of Leslie Jones and you're like her character, you're like, oh, it really works here. It works here.
It really, really worked for this particular sketch. I loved her in this. And I also think like there's something really funny and joyous about people who will put on the like blur bikinis and stuff and just like not give
go for it.
Yeah, exactly. Just balls to the walls. And I feel like that's why I love her. When she's on Weekend Update, we've seen it and it gets kind of old, but I feel like her and her presence, if you put her in the right place, it's kind of like really great and refreshing of like, hell yeah, Leslie Jones.
Yeah.
I'm on board.
Yeah. I think when she gets to be Leslie Jones, she's great.
Yeah.
When she has to stretch for a character, like we were just saying how versatile Taryn is, she doesn't have that versatility. But yeah, when she gets to like, when they have something like this that can really focus in on like what's so great about her, it's brilliant. I love it because she just commits so hard to it. And again, yeah, like you said, like committing to something like that, like with just being mostly naked and then having that on and then just going for it the way that she did. I thought it was great. And I think the like juxtaposition between her and Peter Dinklage was great.
Yeah, I thought it was great.
The way he played it was perfect. Yeah.
I think he could have been more uncomfortable though. I feel like he played it almost too straight. I don't know. But yeah, I liked, that's her thing, like kind of Jay's the impressionist, she's just like the sassy, strong woman, you know?
Yeah.
So, and yeah, this was great. I like just more of her in sketches like this and less of her on Update.
Yeah.
That'd be great, you know, because it's working.
Yeah.
I also love that there was one particular part where she was sitting on a tree stump and she like brought her leg up.
Yeah.
Just like clever body humor, just like physical humor of being like, okay, I'm meant to look naked. What's the funniest way I could sit? And I feel like she went for it. So I really enjoyed it.
I think it's smart for them to finally like talk about this show too, because it's a ridiculous show.
Yeah. James Franco and Seth Rogen made fun of it too. When the interview came out, they had like a sketch, but they just put it online. But I don't know why SNL waited so long, you know?
Silly.
I thought it was a
Silly
well-written
gooses.
sketch too, because it was just like, she got a 5.7 for Surviving Compton. He got a 4.8 because of combat in Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
It was really clever. You forget sometimes that they're good writers, you know? Oops, did I say that?
Oh, Kelly.
Next, the mafia scene at Bordner's. Hey, that's a LA bar.
Yeah.
Hey, that's right on Wilcox.
It was at Bordner's?
That was the exterior shot. I was
Really?
like, hey.
Oh, I missed that.
Yeah.
I'm there all the time for Second City stuff. Because
Yeah.
that's where everyone
Goes.
from Second City goes to have drinks.
Hey.
I love that. I love being clued in. Thank you, Kelly.
No problem. I felt like I knew what was gonna happen. Once it was like Jay playing the piano, I was like, oh, he's gonna be a weird guy. And he was. Space
you
Pants.
were right.
Yes.
What did you guys think of Space Pants? And then Space Shorts with Gwen Stefani.
I thought it was going to be Sia or something for a second with that wig that Peter Dinklage had. But the weirdness of it just got me. I think he was great in this, first of all. I think he really made this, because without the right execution of it, I think it could have been lost. I enjoyed it just for the pure weirdness of it and the way that he really did fully commit to this character. I would like to go back and watch it a few more times though, just to hear all the specific lines, because I feel like this is one of those sketches that the more you watch it, the more you're going to appreciate from it, because I'm sure there's a ton of lines that like I just kind of missed during his weird Space Pants song, but I liked it.
I felt like I shouldn't have liked it as much as I liked it.
Fair.
Because it's kind of a simple idea of like, it's interrupted by this crazy guy talking about space pants. Like, what? That pitch is so insane. But the execution of it is hilarious. Like some of his lines where my legs are covered in outer space. It's so dumb.
Yeah.
It's so dumb. And I loved it so much. And his like robot motions and him like really insisting that you say outer space, and then I don't know, like I thought his commitment to it was hilarious. I know Gwen Stefani initially flubbed, and then when she actually went on her line, I felt like she was great.
I wish she was crazier though.
Yeah, that would have been
feel
fun.
She could have gone further.
It didn't heighten that much. I feel like it was just the one Space Pants joke, and then Gwen Stefani still doing the same joke. Not like crazier.
Yeah.
If she was wearing like a crazy wig, maybe she just looked like normal Gwen Stefani.
Yeah. That's true. Yeah, they could have gone a little bit like with the wardrobe on her, but I think
She could have been an alien.
yeah, why not?
Outer space.
Space theme. Get it? Like you were saying with the execution though, of like that you shouldn't have liked it as much. I remember a story that one of our sketch teachers had told us about the Chris Kattan character of Mr. Peepers, how that in the room didn't play. Like when he just kind of pitched it and was like, here's what it is, it was like just flatline, like no one really got it, and then he legit jumped up on the table and started doing Mr. Peepers, like, and everyone was just like, okay, we like, and that's where it kind of hit. And I think this is one of those sketches that like, yeah, like at face value, you're just like, really? That's it?
Yeah.
That's what you're going to do? But then you see it executed and you're like, okay.
Yeah. I think character sketches are like that in general, that you read them on paper, you're like, none of these lines are funny. Because I think character sketches aren't about jokes, they're about laughing at a certain kind of truth about a person.
Yeah.
And until you see it and go, oh, I know this person, or like that idea of a person is funny, on paper you're like, should we not maybe film this sketch?
Exactly, yeah. Premise sketch, you're going to be able to read it and go like, oh, okay, funny, game, escalation, here it is. And then, yeah, with a character sketch, it's so hard. Unless you can really physically see it, like, a lot of it's going to get
lost. It's like the
difference
between men and women, you know? Men are visual, and ladies need to read romantic magazines. What? Did I lose you on that journey?
It's a weird night.
Ladies need to read romantic magazines.
They say that men are visual creatures and they're attracted and like turned on by visual things, which is why they watch pornography. But women are more like stimulated by words, and that's why romantic novels are popular with women but not men.
I don't agree with that.
Most men aren't going to sit there and read erotica, but women will.
I didn't.
I haven't, but that's what they say.
They are dumb.
Cool. I just felt like you obviously didn't know that information, and I wanted to tell you.
Okay.
I really thought that was like common knowledge. So when I said that, I assumed you'd be like, "Oh yeah," not like dead silent.
Yeah, you got a weird reaction on that one.
Sure did.
Speaking of weird reactions,
Give it to me, Kelly.
what about that glory hole sketch?
Talk about it.
Perfect. Nice segue.
Yeah. Wow.
Hey. I also didn't like how it was like a restaurant sketch after a restaurant sketch.
Yeah.
And then they had a vacation sketch after a vacation sketch.
Running order.
I remember that actually with the vacation sketch when it said like the vacation nightmare or whatever. I was like, wait, is this the same sketch? Like,
Yeah.
is that what I got actually confused from it?
Maybe I would have liked it more if it was switched around.
I wonder if they took something out
like that.
in rehearsal, and that's
been,
why.
yeah.
Because I feel like, as a producer or someone who's meant to fix a running order, like you would never put two scenes that are exactly like next to each other.
Yeah.
Talk to the producers of SNL.
Sense.
Yeah.
But my guess is there was probably something they pulled in rehearsal, and then
but
it was.
they could have swapped the order. You know?
Yeah, because the fact that it happened
had
twice.
to do with costume or something, like
Yeah.
that's stuff I always wonder about, because like it doesn't
Yeah.
make sense. So you would assume there's a reason
Yeah.
other than just like, oh, I didn't think about that, because they're paid to think about that, right?
Yeah.
Curious.
I don't know. And I
That's what I'm
also,
saying.
Oh, I'm curious.
it was too similar in that it was just essentially the same joke. Just
Shall we
like
drink at the same time, maybe?
just like how the this pants man, even though he's a character, he was kind of just the same jokey character. This was the same. All right, we get it. Phallic food.
Yes.
Yeah.
I felt like there was nothing
They-
more to it than shoving
And they
phallic
didn't
looking
even eat
food
the
through
bread.
a hole.
They were just like
I
mouthing it.
think
It
it
would've
was
been
too
way-
hard.
I don't know. It would have been way
80
funnier.
was trying, and then she finally got a bite. But I think it's like, have you ever tried to bite into hard baguette, and you're like, so this was a
not
poor
being
choice.
held. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. It would have been funnier if they like Mr. Peepers, you know, the apple, spit it out.
Like really get into it. Yeah.
Yeah.
To give it something more, because I don't think that this idea had enough legs to stand on for a sketch.
No, yeah.
Because it
It's
was
just
just the
penis
same thing.
food.
Yeah. You're like, at first, I was kind of excited. I was excited by the glory hole.
Yeah.
They said glory hole, and I was like, ooh boy.
This is my sketch. But then I very quickly was just like, oh, so it's just going to be like penis-shaped food coming through a hole.
Oh, it's not
for
a
4
normal
minutes.
glory hole. Wow.
That's not a real glory hole.
Yeah.
I'm out.
Oh,
and
and
I'm
there's-
also from the 20s.
Yeah. And there's the black guy with the bigger penis thing.
Yeah.
It's just like,
Oh.
Pumpernickel, get it now?
all right.
No, I didn't initially, but now I do. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Took a while. Woof. It's one of those nights, guys. I don't understand things, and people don't understand me, and we're just going to roll with it.
All right.
Do it.
Though that was the button I was talking about it ending with someone trying to take a corn dog in the
butt.
The cornhole.
There's just... I'd like to see what got cut from Dressed for this one to get through.
Yeah.
Because, it's just, there's...
The weirdest stuff gets kept in, though, because I remember... Because I went to see the Zach Galifianakis one, and they had a sketch about a bidet, and it didn't do well in Dressed, and I was like, that's going to get cut, and this other better one's going to be in. And they kept the bidet one, and I'm like, why? It's not that funny.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think sometimes I think it's just for variety, but this doesn't make sense because it was a restaurant.
Yeah.
But
Weird.
Yeah.
Really strange.
also, how can you eat that long of a corn dog? It's got to be a long stick.
Yeah.
You gotta
for everyone to go for.
Fall off.
That's going to be a disaster.
Unrealistic, Kelly. I agree.
Yeah.
Very
It's gonna
unrealistic.
be a disaster.
Whatever. Anyways, HBO First Look, Game of Thrones. Hey, you guys are fans. What do you think?
I have very high expectations if it's going to come down to like a parody of a show that I really love. So I think I went into it with unfair expectations. I didn't love it, but I did think that it was funny. I think Bobby's execution of the dragon and like the sounds that he was making and just him being so incompetent was funny to me. I think them talking about like, yeah, we're really upping like the CGI and like the effects and everything this year. Like, I think the kind of like the impressions that they were doing of some of the characters and Bobby's execution of it was fun. Not my favorite, but I enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm. All right.
I agree. As a fan, I was appeased by the costuming and the voices and the overall attempt to make it look like a Game of Thrones set. But what absolutely tickled me was Bobby Moynihan as the dragon actor.
Yes.
Especially when he was like, you're looking at me in the eyes. And he's like, what? No, I wasn't. Okay, I'll close my eyes. And he just stands there as the dragon, like, eyes closed. Yeah, I think there were some really nice moments in there for Bobby. I think he's so funny and kind of underrated. Like, you can just sprinkle him into a scene and that's all you need to do. Like, I don't know if you guys saw Sisters, but I feel like
I was just thinking about that.
He has this great part where he accidentally takes cocaine thinking it's not cocaine or something like laced with a bunch of stuff. And he's just, from that point on, sprinkled in here and there. And it's like some of the biggest laughs. He just like walks by and says a loud noise and you're just dying. So I feel like that's kind of a special gift he has. And I enjoyed this for that reason. But I didn't think like the impressions were especially genius or anything like that.
Right.
But I thought the costuming and makeup and everything was pretty nice. And I feel like that's always cool to give like shouts to the department at SNL who is in charge of all that. Because... woof.
Yeah. Yeah, for how quickly they have to do everything. I mean, and really, if you think about the past few weeks, too, I know the mermaid sketch with Kate's stuff. I mean, a slimy, creepy creature. Like, their wardrobe and makeup has been really impressive. Like, to have to do it as quickly as they have to do it, too. Like,
yeah.
It must past few episodes have been really impressive.
So fun and so stressful.
So how about we hire them as writers? Maybe the... Never mind.
Oh,
if
you're
such
really
good
not
costume design.
hating on the writers.
God, it's not good. I watched Harold and Kumar again last night. I'm not sure if you guys have seen it. It's a classic.
It's been a while.
Yeah, I just watched it a while ago. There was a guy in it that did a pterodactyl noise.
Yes.
Great. And that's what Bobby reminded me of. And it just is like anybody that can do a weird animal noise.
Props.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
Especially if it's like a lizard or something, you know?
Ooh, something really kind of
scary.
different.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that was fun. He was really good, but I felt like it could have been funnier. I agree with what you guys said. Cool.
I'm not sure how we could have improved it, if I'm being honest. I think it just was more about Bobby. If anything, I could have maybe seen more about Bobby, less about the other characters.
Right, yeah.
That was less interesting to me.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Truth.
Don't know.
Gwen Stefani, though. Gwen Stefani. She's got a new solo album, I guess, out. Good for her. Keep on keeping on. What happened to No Doubt? That's what I want to know.
There were some doubts.
There were some downs. It was okay. It was just like I feel like Gwen Stefani's kind of sassy. Like she's supposed to be like whatever, you know.
Yeah.
And this was like I don't know. I'm falling in love with you kind of songs. You know. I'm scared.
Are you talking about her relationship with Blake Shelton?
Is she dating him?
Oh, I'm so involved in the story because my parents love Blake Shelton. And so I hear about their budding relationship from my parents all the time. Like, yeah, they're so cute together. We went to a concert in Nashville and she was there at his concert. So they're like definitely dating. But I hear about their relationship all the time. Like they're like my sister and future brother-in-law or something. Like they're just so perfect for each other, you know. And after all that pain they went through, I feel really somehow invested now. So that's what I thought you were talking about, Kelly. Once again, I say something that no one else
destination for TV
knows about.
superfan discussion. AfterBuzz TV.
All right. In case you forget where you are, guys.
Apologies.
Technical difficulties.
If anyone's drunk right now, I'm like, wait a minute,
Like,
where are we?
stop talking
What are we
about
listening
things
to?
people don't know.
I also thought her dress, this is a weird thing, wear a nude bra and panties maybe. I feel like it would have been prettier. Instead of a black bra and panties, I felt like
liked it. Is it bad that we're I am pointing this out just to be one of those people, but is it bad that immediately it's like a female singer and we're like, can we talk about her relationship she's in and the clothes she's wearing?
because the songs were that good, you know?
It's okay. I'll equally objectify a male performer and just immediately be like, he looked really hot.
Yeah.
If Taylor
Or
Kitsch
he
is
did
on
not look
stage,
at-
I'm not listening to his words. I'm going to be
Exactly.
real with you. I'm counting all of his washboard abs.
You know,
We
I
talked
never,
about his body for about 5 minutes on the drive over here.
That's
not gonna
true.
lie.
Like, not attracted to man nipples, but I am on him.
Speaking of best SNL monologues, Adam Levine, when he took his shirt off. I don't know what he talked about. But
No, you lose it from there. I'm sure that's how men feel. So we're equally objectifying both parties.
Also, we were talking about how great Gwen Stefani looked, and literally the only thing I wrote down was hot.
Did you?
I wrote down hot because she looks great.
Oh, I thought that. Oh, I obviously
I
didn't
didn't
write
write
notes
that on
because I
yours.
immediately saw women should be punished. But that's from Weekend Update, and I'm like, surely I didn't write that about Gwen Stefani.
Gwen Stefani, women should be punished.
all I wrote was dress was nice, except I feel like it would have been better with nude panties. Got some work done? Question mark. So
no.
that's how much
I honestly
talked
think
about-
women are more misogynistic than men now. We're like, she
think
got
we're
work
there.
done. That's what happened.
I mean,
You know what though? She's
look at Michael Douglas too, though.
yeah.
He's a guy that's got work done.
I just feel like too though she's like in legit such good shape. Like she takes care of herself. So I mean,
So
like
she didn't need to get work.
yeah. So I mean, whatever she's had done, like it's still like she just is in such good shape, and she like I don't care what she's gotten done because she like keeps her shit together.
And I like her music and artistic.
Keep going.
Vision?
Qualms.
We're not gonna help you.
I wanted to say qualms. That's not a word.
Her artistic qualms.
I don't know. Maybe it's British. Anyways, so how great was Weekend Update?
I didn't really like Weekend Update this much.
Nice try, Katie.
Let's call this episode Katie Loses.
It was my because I always look forward to Weekend Update, and this episode I was like, it was okay. Like I get it, spiel about Donald Trump, which is great. This is where I learn all my news from.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Comedy shows.
But I thought the guests weren't that good. I don't know. What do you guys think of? First of all, Update, and then we'll get into the guests.
I liked Pete.
Yeah.
I really enjoed Pete's. I also
about-
feel like he was enjoying himself. So that
You didn't
was,
listen to
Yeah,
the
you didn't
question,
listen to the
Katie.
I said, what did you think about Weekend Update first, and then we'll talk about the guests. But we can talk about Pete.
I liked Pete.
You guys. Oh dear. I'm getting like the amount of noises that have happened because of everything I'm saying. Okay, Kelly, Weekend Update as a whole. Not the absolute most exciting. However, there were some really enjoyable jokes there for me. Che's set about women should be punished, I really enjoyed. Not so much Colin Jost. Hey, Colin Jost. But Che's information and jokes, I really enjoyed. And then I really happened to enjoy
Pete.
How do we know?
Why'd you like Pete?
I feel like he was enjoying himself, and it was enjoyable to watch. I also liked the information he was saying, which I now can't recall particularly.
About
Except
getting money
that-
for porn. Sex tape.
So I apparently really enjoyed that. So cool.
Really stuck
I
with
would
you.
like to pass on to someone else. I can't do anything right today.
I'm gonna go ahead and grab the torch from
Great.
you. real
Thank
quick.
you.
All right.
Grab it away.
I agree that I liked Pete. I think that he was very endearing, and it was just funny because he was talking about like penis jokes, but like when he was just like, you know, the 10 inches or the 7 inches, you know, like from my experience, that's 4 inches more than you need, and then like tossing it to Colin and his look of like,
I do okay. I do okay.
I do. It's what you do with it. Like, I think he's just so endearing when he's himself on Update, and he always has such a strong point of view in it. So I think the combination of him just being very authentic Pete and always having like a really strong point of view on something very topical is just like a great combination for him.
Cool. And David Ortiz, I feel like it's all just, oh wow, he could say Spanish stuff.
Cool, it's Kenan next.
Blah, whatever. Okay, so we gotta... Do you have anything important about Kenan? Did you like him? No?
Oh, I have lots about Kenan, but
It's not going to be positive, so we could move on to the next sketch.
one. All right, we'll skip. We gotta hustle a little bit. So, but this one sketch, Honeymoon Suite Underwater, pretty funny.
Pretty
what do
funny.
you guys think about it?
I think I could have watched Kenan be a dead body for like 20 minutes.
Jay?
Taryn?
What?
Jay Farrell? And Terrence?
Taryn?
Yes.
See, she's even meaner to Kenan than I am. She wants him dead.
What episode are you watching?
I was literally picturing Taryn, but you had just said the word Kenan. Okay.
She hates him even more than I do.
I could have watched Taryn be a dead body for a very long time. I feel like his everything was so funny.
You knew he was standing, but he just had the
He
upper
looked
body.
so floaty. It
So
was
good.
so good. I didn't really care about the couple very much. I just wanted to watch Taryn kind of float as a dead body. It was very funny.
Yeah. I think it again just kept that weird escalation of just a weird freaking episode.
Yeah.
Everything was so strange about this. And I mean, like, it escalated okay, like having the thing attack him and, you know, like then Jay coming in. So, I mean, there were the beats. You could see what was happening. Not my favorite thing, but yeah, Taryn was great in it.
The one thing I didn't like was the husband that just was like, whatever, let's just have sex.
Yeah.
I'm like, come on, that's stupid. Vacation Nightmares, another vacation sketch. Just basically about how about 80 and Kate doing weird voices, and then Kyle Mooney, his one appearance, pretty much, right?
Yeah.
Doing Jamaican Scottish. It was okay. I just like also this didn't really both of these sketches didn't really highlight the host. He was just kind of the straight man a lot.
That's true.
What do you guys think of that one? Vacation
Kind
Nightmares.
of unmemorable
Yeah.
amongst all the others.
Cool.
I think the sketch
agree.
itself was not great. I could watch Kate and 80 do those weird voices
Yes.
for a very long time.
In the right sketch, though.
Yeah, in a better written sketch with more to do, totally. But the sketch overall, I was not a fan of.
And I was not a fan of the Magic Act one either. It was just kind of uncomfortable.
Him
you
being
know?
like, but why did you say the underwear was
Yeah.
stinky?
A lot of very easy games that had nowhere to go.
Yeah, it just was a quick joke, and it's like, let's beat it to death.
Yeah, these are jokes that need to be a one-time punchline in a monologue or something, not a 4 or 5 minute sketch.
It was kind of a blue episode, wasn't it? Like, here's penis objects, here's someone talking about poopy
Yeah.
pants,
Like,
here's naked people.
Yeah, I love blue humor, and this was just like, this is too easy, you know?
It was easy blue humor, yeah. So it's, like,
Low-hanging
very
fruit,
cheap.
as
Yeah.
they say. If you don't know that saying, I'm done.
No, I know.
Katie,
Okay.
what are you talking about?
Okay, Amy, I can't.
Overall, though, kind of underwhelming episode, right?
Yeah.
Meh.
Yeah, I think, and it's too bad too, because I think Peter Dinklage, with what he was given, was very good.
Yeah.
I think the space pants he was great in. Like, I liked him in a lot of things, but yeah, just the writing overall was not great.
Bummer.
He committed like hell. He's like very committed. He's an amazing actor. It just was a weird episode.
And it's too bad coming off the Ariana Grande episode, which brilliantly written.
Dope. Yeah,
So good.
So
good.
well written.
Next week, though, Russell Crowe. I'm not looking forward to it. I hate Russell Crowe.
Oh, dear.
Straight
I
up.
hope he sings some songs from Les Mis where he was great.
Hey, I have a sketch online.
I didn't mind it.
Me doing an impression of Russell Crowe teaching you how to sing. It's pretty great.
Oh,
I
nice.
put brown marker on my face to look like a beard. It's pretty good.
Was it permanent?
No, it was really.
Oh, she doesn't have it anymore, so.
Well, all right, Amy.
Anyways.
Hey, guys, this was the episode where Katie said a lot of things that no one agreed with, and I was okay with it.
How about where can people find you?
You know where you can find me, and you can tweet at me about all the crazy things I've said today, is Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and you can always find me at Katie Wilbert.
Right, and you can find me at Amy Maestri.
And you can find me, Kelly McInerney, at Holly Weirdo on Twitter and Instagram. And we'll see you guys next week.
Bye.
Bye.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.